So we're gonna be talking about how we grab the foot when we're in a foot lock, okay? So right now I'm not setting anything else up other than just you guys watching what I'm doing with the foot here, okay? So whenever we grab the foot, a lot of times we've stuck our arm all the way underneath here to try to do any type of foot lock, all right? I'm gonna teach you guys a different concept, and me and Corey were playing with it earlier today, and it definitely is a lot tighter, okay? So instead of driving my hand all the way across when I'm grabbing the foot like this and reaching over here and grabbing my hand, what I want to concentrate on is that bone being underneath his leg instead. So my hand's going to come here and stop. It's going to stop short of driving all the way through. I'm going to be taking my gi and I'm going to be putting my gi in my hand, leaving the bone there. I'm going to be more concentrated on bringing my elbow into my rib cage, so that way the pressure is actually going on the back of the foot when I do any type of leaning and going backwards, okay? When I drive my hand all the way through like that, his foot is all the way back there, and it's a lot further back for me to pull on the top of the foot than when I'm shorter, okay? So again, my hand is going here, and what I'm concentrating on is putting this bone, this area of the bone, right up underneath his leg. That's it. I'm gonna stop right there. Now, I'm gonna feed myself the gi, so my hand's gonna stay underneath, and I'm gonna pinch with my elbow his heel into my rib cage, okay? He'll tell you that's already tight. Just that right there is already super tight, okay? So this is the type of foot lock that we're gonna be going for. What do they call it?
Botina.
A botina foot lock, all right? I guess that's just foot lock in Portuguese. But so yeah, so I'm here, and my arm is here, not super deep. So I'm not going in deep when I grab my foot. All right, I'm adjusting. I'm putting the gi in here, and I'm concentrating on bringing my elbow in nice and tight, okay? So, all right, you can push through it as to where if I'm here, all right, like that, and I'm grabbing this side gi instead, right? I'm not fighting against myself, all right? The foot is in my rib cage. When I put my feet on the hips, you see how quickly he tapped that? I didn't even lean back. All right, I already had him super tight in it just by making those small adjustments, okay? And then we're gonna talk about lots of entries into this. So first we're gonna get together with our partner and we're gonna get this tight, all right? We'll come around and help you guys, all right? And make sure that we get this nice and tight, concentrating on that bone being behind it, and then your elbow into the rib cage. See that reaction you got? All right, so I'm concentrating on the elbow being in the rib cage. Now when I lean back, I'm pulling those toes with my, almost with my armpit, right? So his foot really is getting locked. It's not locking his ankle or his Achilles. The pain's not there. The pain is in the foot. There we got it?
Doesn't cause discomfort.
It does.
Oh yeah.
It's almost more like the toes are getting crushed, if anything.
The blade of your arm is going to feel uncomfortable, especially while we're doing this, but you'll get better and better at it. Okay, so make sure you're doing it nice and slow with your partner, but we also do want to get it tight. All right, everybody got it?
Yep.
Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
And I noticed you didn't push it.
Okay, so we're in our open guard. We've got collar sleeve, double feet in the hips. I'm going to switch. I'm going to let go of the collar. I'm going to switch to the sleeve. I'm going to come to my foot. All right, once I've gotten to the foot, the foot that's in the hip on the same grip is going to drop to the floor, right? As I drop to the floor, I'm going to pull him over me to make him step forward. Pull over me to make him step forward, okay? So now my hand goes into place. I let go of that, and I step over the hip, and I want to go 2 feet in the hip, okay? I'm locking this up. Everything's nice and tight right here now. I'm going, squeezing my knees, and I'm driving forward, right? He goes down, all right? I'm already in the foot lock right here, okay? So my head is gonna go down, my shoulder's gonna go down, right? Right there, he's probably already wanting to tap, right? And then I'm just gonna try to look behind me, okay? So going that way, right? So the foot is stuck in there, both feet are in the hips still, okay? So if he tries to get up, I can push forward, all right? I can push forward, I can finish this thing right here, okay? But it's more effective for me to go down and then finish it back that way, all right? Have a little bit more control. So in this direction. All right, so we're in our open guard. We've got collar, we've got sleeve. I'm gonna let go of the collar, switch to 2 hands on the sleeve. I'm gonna switch for my foot, all right? When I switch for my foot, I'm gonna pull him forward, and I'm gonna drop the foot, making him come forward, right? That's gonna set up my foot lock. Look, see where my hand just barely went in, right? I'm gonna let go 2 feet on the hips, okay? So 2 feet go to the hips, right? I'm gonna drive him up and then squeeze my knees over, okay? So push, squeeze my knees over, all right? And I'm going here, shoulder to the head, and the ground, and I'm gonna lean back for my foot lock finish. Okay. 2 feet in the hips. I got collar sleeve. I'm gonna let go of the collar, switch to double sleeve, switch to my foot. Okay. When I drop my foot, I pull. Okay. So pull. All right. See how I pick the heel up off the ground? That way I can place my hand in place. My foot comes over the hip. He recovers. He stands back up. Both feet go to the hips. Okay. Hand comes in. And I get my grip and I squeeze my elbow in tight to my rib cage like we were just doing, okay? I'm gonna drive my feet up and then I'm gonna twist in that direction. Up, twist in that direction, head goes down, and I finish my foot lock. Everybody got that?
Sir.
Okay, so let's practice that first entry. Again, when you're leaning back on your first foot locks, since we're actually dropping them and everything now, make sure that you're giving your partner plenty of time to tap. Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Anytime I push, anytime I push, I get a push back, right? Anytime you pull, you get a pull back, right? So if I grab his arm and try to pull it, he's gonna try to pull his arm back, okay? So in Jiu-Jitsu, I'm always thinking about what he does when I do that. That's the reason why when I get the straight arm and I push my feet into him and I push, I know he's gonna push back into me. And I can elevate, okay? So without him on top of me, right, I'm pushing into him, and then when he pushes back, I'm throwing my feet up and going to the side so I can grab and collect that leg and pull it in so I can start setting up my foot lock, all right? So we're here, pushing my feet in, pushing back into him. When I feel the push, I elevate, I'm turning to the side. Immediately my hand goes right in, right? Just right there, right? My foot goes to the inside of the thigh, right here, and I'm gonna start to clear this leg, and then I'm gonna let him start to recover. If he doesn't recover, stay down, right? If he doesn't recover, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and lock up my foot lock, and I'll go this direction with it. See what I'm saying? So I can foot lock in this direction if he doesn't recover. Okay, so as he starts to recover, he's gonna stand up. All right, I'm not letting his heel go to the ground. Both my feet are gonna go to the hips. Now I'm gonna do this all a little bit faster speed now, okay? So I'm gonna drive and roll, drive, roll, and I'm already into the foot lock, okay? So it happens fast. It's not something I stop and wait on, right? If I fall to the side, he prevents from rolling, then I'll finish with my shoulder and head down, right? So, but in this one, if I can get him to turn, which he wants to turn, it's going to relieve a little bit of pressure on his foot. The problem is when he gets belly down and I drive my hips, he's stuck. Okay? So he's gonna get temporary relief for a long time pain. Everybody got it?
When you do that, when you roll, are you putting that foot in crooked his knee?
Can we see the roll?
You said, you know what I'm trying to say?
Just keeping both feet on the hips.
Oh, okay.
Both feet are staying on the hips, yeah.
Okay.
As I roll all the way over. All right, we'll show it one more time. All right? Show it from this direction. Okay. So I'm here, I'm pushing into him, he pushes back, I elevate, and I pull that leg over. All right, my hand goes in, just that deep. All right, see my foot is keeping him that way until I want him to come back. I've got this set up now, okay? So I'm gonna relieve it so he comes up, all right? So, but I don't let him get his ankle to the ground, or his heel to the ground. Both my feet go to the hips. I drive, over, and I'm already into it.
But he has to roll in.
Yes. At that point, if I'm squeezing and I'm rolling hard enough, unless he's super slippery. Like I said, there's chances they can spin out of it, but this is way tighter than it was before.
I'm gonna have a bad time if I don't roll with them. So.
It's gonna hurt. All right, let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3.